Okay. So this afternoon, we have Linda Adams, the owner and president of Cherry Pickers Marketing, with us. After 30 years of doing this, we have our resident expert joining us. We're so glad to have you, Linda. I'm going to just get right to it and kick off and say, since we've all changed how we're working, some at home, some going back to the office, but it's a whole new world that we're living in right now. Yes. So how do we go about with our marketing plans and especially social?
Okay, cut out a little bit, I'm sorry. Well, we all are, and I think the name of this talk was something marketing and new experiences, and we are in a new experience, but what we need to think about, and we'll talk about in this through marketing, we need to look at the experience through the eyes of our customers and not through our own eyes. So I'm just going to give a little history on digital, some numbers a little bit, because this change that we're seeing, this paradigm we're seeing, really been going on for a while. This is not new. The numbers that we're seeing, people on virtual, has been going up since 2007. In fact, in 2007 compared to now, there are 25 times more connected devices now. 25 times more connected devices now. There are 100 more people a day, 100 times more people a day on the internet searching and doing work. On Facebook, it's over 100. And in the world, we create 500 times more data each day than we did in 2007. So while some of this looks new, it's been happening. And another interesting statistic is in 2019, 84% of consumers said that the experience that they had with the brand is just as important as a physical product or service that is being sold to them. So think about it. It's not so much, it's the experience. So it's kind of like, what kind of experience are we giving our customers? What are they getting from us in the digital world? And because everything that is happening now and with lockdown, of course, everything is now virtual, and it is the new standard. And let's remember too that humans tend to be creatures of habit, and we are getting the habit of like these types of meetings. But because of the new behaviors that we're doing now, they are going to be the new norm. So going back, according to the industry gurus, going back is not what we're going to do. We are creating the new norms now, whatever that may be. People are not as much into the face-and-face. We take expertise. My asthma was terrible last week. I had a telehealth meeting with my doctor. Wouldn't have happened pre-COVID. He wasn't doing them. So everything is changing. I have a customer right now that is doing tech meetings. They're certified technician meetings for their vehicles. They're doing them via texting. So everything has changed, and it's going to continue that way. One of the things that I have about 7 things I want to talk about, and I don't care how you guys want to do questions. I guess I should put up chat. I can't see that far, so if anybody has a question, they're going to have to tell me, because I can't do it, can't see. But I want to talk about Google My Business, social media, websites, videos, local search, reputation management, and I'm really talking about more reviews and search engine optimization. And all these wrap around content marketing. So content marketing is kind of storytelling. What story are we telling our customers? What content are we giving to our customers? In the print world, we're giving them a certain image, we're giving them a certain look, certain verbiage. Sometimes we don't take that as serious when we're talking about digital, but what message are we delivering to our customers? And that is really important, because we want to capture their interest, and we want to keep their interest, and we want to solve their problems. So as we talk about our client experiences, that's kind of what we're talking about. So even though I'm talking about 7 different things, what I want to say is if you don't have any of them, just start with one. If you have 4 of them, start with another one. You don't need to do everything all at once. Kind of stair step into it, because I get up the stairs one step at a time. I almost fell down the stairs a minute ago, so I would have come down all at once. But you take one step at a time, and that's what you need to do with your marketing. Because first you kind of need to think about what story do I want to tell? I'm hoping everybody has Google My Business, but I'm going to assume not everybody does or knows what it is, how to use it. So first off, if you're not a brick and mortar, that's okay. You can be a service industry and have Google My Business. They used to not be able to do that, but you can set it up as a service area. What I would like to stress, though, is some service industries are using their company vehicles, wherever their technicians might go, as sites, business sites. Well, that's not a business site. It just happens to be their home. So if you do that, Google's going to slap you, and nobody wants Google to slap them because it'll shut you down. So just make sure that you are doing a service area, that it is truly where you're doing the area you're doing business from, and you're not using other vehicles or other people in your office. If you do have a Google My Business account, please post weekly if you possibly can, because it's so important. That's the information that we see all the time. If you have a Google My Business account up and running, make sure that you've gone to the next step and you've added products and services. It kind of resembles your website. You can put pricing in there. You can put all types of information in there, and also then start asking for reviews, because you really have, in my view, a mini website. In fact, within Google My Business, there is a component to make a website. You used to be able to do a little bit more custom work. You can't do the custom work anymore that you could, but you need to have that information completed, because guess why? Google likes it. And if Google likes it, it's what we should be doing. But it also helps you get found locally. And when people and mobile people love Google My Business, because if you're on a phone, think of the times that you've Googled a restaurant, and what comes up on your phone is Google My Business, and you can click right there. You can interact with them. You can see their menu. You can see their location. You can call them. So they've got you hook, line, and sinker into that business. So it is really, really, really important to make sure that you fill out all that information, not just for restaurants, for retail, for Metro Electric, everybody, because so many people are on mobile. So many more people search mobile than they do on your desktop, that information is critical. Google My Business also helps you rank higher. Why? Because it's a Google product. I mean, it's, Google owns this. And it's sometimes called the knowledge panel. So if you're on your desktop, it's the information that if you put in your name, excuse me, if you put in the name of your company, not with the .com or .org or .biz or whatever, but the name of your company, it's the area that's going to come up on the right-hand side. That's where your post will be. So if you have a special, you can put a special in your post. If you have an event, you can put the event in your post. It had information for COVID information. There's all different things that you can do, and you can just keep people up to date, because people sometimes aren't going to go any further. That's where they're going to stop. If I'm looking for an electrician because something's terribly wrong with my home, I'm gonna stop there. That's where I'm gonna stop first, because I'm Googling electrician near me. Now, not if I know Metro Electric, of course, I'm gonna call Natalie, but that's how people search. So we need to be real about that. Social media, it's getting bigger and bigger. And I don't know if you all have TikTok. I don't know if you have WhatsApp. Every social media app is meant for a particular group. I don't think a lot of us, WhatsApp is for us. TikTok, some people are using TikTok for fun. It depends on what type of business they're in. But what I want to say is that if you have Facebook, and most of us have Facebook, It's the only full-blown networking social media site. It has all the components. You can do everything on Facebook that you can only do at other places. But Facebook is good for all of us if we will please, please, please go out and post. And people go, well, people get tired of hearing from me. Hate to tell you, no, they don't, because I don't see everybody's post. I have to go out and search for a post every now and then. So you're not going to overpost. I know that was a thing for a while. Well, you know, we're overposting. No, you can, I'd love to, Catherine's on, I love her cakes and cookies and stuff. So she can post all the cakes and cookies she wants. It just makes me hungry. You know, so Denise has great information on what I need to be doing, you know, if hail damage, if there's heck, there's, I don't know, Tony, there's been lots of ambulances going down my street lately. I'm getting a little worried. So it's information. Just view it as information. If people don't want to read it, they'll pass it, because guess what? People don't read anyway, but that's a whole other thing. So please go out and post. And then once we post, please like and share the post for other people and comment. Nancy Wallerstein, you're a rock star on commenting on post. Thank you, thank you. You do a really, really, really nice job. Sally's been really good about commenting on post also. It just makes it so important. And it also is very important on post if you tag businesses. So I try to, on clients, excuse me, post, I'll try to tag, if it's for Northeast Johnson County Chamber, I try to tag the chamber. Why do I do that? Because the chamber sees it, and then the chamber members see it. So I've just increased my audience just by adding the ampersand in a name. So tag people. You've seen it in Talking Tuesday where somebody's sitting there, they don't tag everybody in the room, but they might tag 5 or 6 people. And we all see more information. So just go out there and start playing with it and add some more information. Twitter. Oh, and also I like boosted posts. I know boosted posts not everybody likes on Facebook, but boosted posts just increase your awareness. I just boosted a post because one of my clients is giving away something for first responders free, and I boosted it. Well, I'm getting people that we had not seen us before, and it's not costing but $15 for, you know, 5 days of boosted posts. A lot of people say, well, you know, you should have a Google ad. Yeah, but they cost more. This is an easy thing to do to increase your views. Yes, ma'am.
Linda, let me ask you, how do you determine which post to boost?
I want something that is either I'm trying to target a specific group. I wanted more people to see this post so they could share it among first responders. So I think it has to be a post that you think that people would be interested in. That also, again, we're trying to figure out what the experience of the company is. What do clients think the experience is? This particular business likes to do things for the community. They give away automobiles. They do a lot of community work. So this was part of their brand of how they work with the community, and they wanted the community to know, now we're giving away a product for first responders. So it matched their brand message. So I'm also trying to carry through that brand message. And some ways I do that, thanks for asking, Deb, is I will sometimes use hashtags so that the hashtags link back. You know, one I can think of, we love our first responders, but whatever your hashtags are, keep them consistent. So they start Northeast Johnson County family, Northeast Johnson County Chamber family, I think is Kelsey, I can't remember, but NEJC supports. I mean, so those are really important. A lot of times hashtags, people don't really search by hashtags, I don't think as much. It makes a statement. That's what I think. That's my personal opinion. You can take it, or some people don't think that's right, but I do. Twitter is, most of them, not everybody's on Twitter. Twitter is someplace because of where our political leaders have gone. Twitter is becoming more and more important as a source for the media to go to look for information. So if you have information about your business that you think is newsworthy, that is a good place to post it. And Kelsey doesn't, she does a really nice job. She doesn't post the same thing in all the media outlets. So she's posting different things. Every now and then they're the same, but they're not always the same, because you want some, at some point for the media, we want them to come to Northeast Johnson County, that we are the chamber that can answer their questions. They don't need to go anyplace else. And so we want to make sure that the information on the PPE, the protection program we talked about, is out there. So we want to make sure that they know that we're the ones that could address that. So Twitter is a really good place to build your brand as an expert. This is what we know, this is what we're doing, that type of thing. Instagram, it's visual. We know that. Because why? Because people don't like to read. I'm in a book club. Sometimes I'm thinking I'm the only one that reads the book. It's a visual asset that people love. But if you don't have a pretty business, you can still post in there, but it is really good. Catherine could, I mean, her cakes and cookies again are perfect for that. Lulu's uses that a lot because it is such a visual. Nancy, the museum, can use that because it is such a visual platform. But remember, you can also put videos out there. I don't have a lot of information on this yet. Facebook and Instagram just rolled out our shops where you can actually shop on Facebook and Instagram. You can create shops. Facebook had something like this before. It didn't work. But remember, we've had this paradigm shift where now we have people that are used to being stuck in wherever we're stuck, basements, kitchens, offices by ourselves. And we're used to being online. So we're going to see a continuation of this. So I think Facebook went, hey, this is a great time to blow off the cobwebs and introduce this again. So we'll see what happens. I was on a web call the other day with a bunch of Facebook professionals and talking about what was going to be happening. And it was funny, while we were on it, it was changing. They were updating it at that point as we were watching. So it was rather comical. LinkedIn builds credibility. LinkedIn, I'm not a big proponent of LinkedIn business pages because they are just so hard to get people to like them. You have to really go out and ask people because you have to ask them, like call up, text them, whatever, email them to like your page, because you can't just invite them in. Of course, that could change. Smaller businesses, I think you need a LinkedIn page where you can talk about yourself and your business. Larger companies, I have a company that they just have 15 employees. They have a LinkedIn page, and then everybody in the company they have a LinkedIn business page, and everybody in the company has a LinkedIn page. But their LinkedIn is very business focused. So it's not going to be, it's very that business focused. So it's almost like they own their employees' LinkedIn pages. YouTube channel page, video marketing, because I mean, it's, everybody's doing video, and guess what? YouTube, of course, is now part of what? Google. So it's important, but it is also the second largest search engine. So more people, well, Google's the top, and then YouTube is the second highest search engine that people search. You never know. Look at all these stupid videos. Has anybody watched it? Kelsey, are you a TikTok person? Yeah. So one of the TikTok videos goes viral and you just go, why? You never know when something's going to go viral. And so you need to have a LinkedIn page. You can, a YouTube channel page. And also a lot of websites don't like for you to post videos on the website because it takes up too much space. They will want you to have a LinkedIn channel, and then you link to the page, which is actually good because then you're making a link for your website. So anyway, so many different things. Websites. I think you must have a website. I know there's people that don't have them. But because we are all trying to find each other through local search, And even though Google My Business is important, you can only put certain information on Google My Business. And a website helps you to be found. It is searchable. It is a brochure digital, because it can have everything you need to talk about your business. And you can also then have a hardcover printed brochure. But this is something when people are looking, or someone refers Metro Electric, if I refer Metro Electric to me, they can go to the website and look it up. And that's what people do. That's how people really use websites. But you know, websites are websites, right? No, they need to have good content. Number one, again, why? Because Google likes good content. Google is really big. They want you to be the expert. I have a new veterinarian client who wanted me to take off some of her, let me see. Oh, she's brilliant. So she has all these awards and degrees and everything. And she said, she says, I feel like I'm bragging. I don't want all that information on there. And I said, well, you may not want it on there, but guess what? Google likes it, because Google knows that you're the expert here and that your advice counts. So again, you have to take it from the customer's experience, not from your experience.
Linda, are there special words, buzzwords, I'm not sure what the right word is, but that we should be using to get more exposure, recognition?
Well, every industry will have keywords. So it's, you know, we'd want to talk with Natalie, master electrician. There's words that we would want to make sure that we're part of our content as far as what we're talking about. We want to talk about, in Ron's case, direct mail, mail integration. There's things, mail lists, things that we want to talk about that Google will do some tracking. We also would like frequently asked questions. So what kind of questions do your clients ask you? That's also a good place to look at some of your verbiage. What are they asking you? Because again, it's the client experience. And quite frankly, Google likes frequently asked questions, because we used to Google, I don't know, do you all remember back in the day when, I can remember the first person that tried to teach me how to Google search. I mean, I put in dog, one word. And the advanced search was where you could actually put in a phrase. And now we're all doing advanced searches. So, you know, what is a labradoodle? So that's how we ask Google questions. So as you're talking and building your website and building a frequently asked page of questions, then you need to make sure those are questions that your clients are asking. You know, when do I need a new circuit box? When something smells like rotten fish, is that an electrical issue? You know, those are things, you know, how are people Googling things for Metro Electric? Hey, I just had hail damage, what do I do? Can I, you know, a tornado just came through, who do I call? Those are things that Denise may want out there on her website. And then I'm only going to end this a little bit, but it happened a lot, and the reason I'm going into it, because it seemed to happen a little bit through this COVID. We all had to put out, everybody in marketing was putting out COVID messages for a lot of their clients. And so instead of trying to figure out where to put it on the website, you know, we were creating landing pages. So it was a landing page of COVID information. So landing pages are really nice if Catherine is going to have a special on key lime pies, cookies, cakes, anything key lime, Catherine, I'll take. You know, that could be her key lime landing page. Nancy could have a, this is the exhibit at the museum this month, and that could be the landing page. And the landing page just can go away. So it's seasonal, it can be coupon driven, it can be special driven, it can be all kinds of things. It's just another place to have information for your clients. And it's a great way to bring people in, because they don't have to scroll through. Remember, people are so short attention spans. They want to see it and do it right then. I'm finding this a lot, and I do call people sometimes and let them know. But your site needs to be secure. If you put your name in the URL, and I've seen major companies, I've seen lots. I mean, just people that really surprise me. It'll say not secure up where your URL is. If it's not secure, number one, why is it important? Because Google wants you to have a secure site. Security has been so important, and it's going to get more important. We're going into another election. And right now, you can just get a certificate through probably your web hosting company. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. Sometimes they cost, sometimes they don't cost. But it is so important to have a secure site. Sometimes if people are not using their own IP, if they're maybe, let's say at Panera or somewhere, and they're on the internet, trying to get into an unsecured site, it will truly come up with a message saying, this site is unsecure. And you'd think maybe your laptop's going to blow up, but it's kind of scary. And there's no way I'm clicking to get through, even though I know that the site is okay. So it kind of it's something that you need to do. And if you see them, I'd let people know. I think it's that important. Videos. I love videos, and you need them all the time. They boost your conversion rate. Google likes them. Again, everything's Google. They build trust. People, for some reason, they like hearing us talk and explain ourselves. It builds a relationship. You're talking with somebody. It encourages social share. People are more likely to share a video than they are a post. So, have a cooking class, whatever it is you're doing, you can do a video on anything, and people love it. It really appeals to the mobile user because they're moving, they're mobile, and it's something they don't have to sit and read, they can just view. My first video was with a client. He repaired, I love cars. I know nothing about them except I absolutely love beautiful cars. And he did high-end repairs on Bugattis and Jags and Bentleys and Porsches. And I'm in his office one day and he's trying to explain to me this repair he's doing. Well, in case any of you didn't know, I can't spell either. So I'm going, okay, I'm connecting the what to the who. I had no idea what I was doing. And he's a rather good looking guy. And I said, Jason, look at me. And I went like this and I started filming him. Oh my gosh, that's how we did everything from then on out. And his conversion rate on everything went through the roof. I mean, he could explain it. He knew what he was talking about. And these were 1 to 3 minute videos. And it'd be like, and this is blah, 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 blah. And it was just amazing. They don't have to be professional. Sometimes they do need to be. But you just need to get your video camera out, your phone out, and start taking some videos. It makes a huge difference. Mr. Klein's made a few videos, and people love videos, don't they, Mr. Klein?
Linda?
Yeah.
How long is the optimum time for a video? I know sometimes I get on, and if it's like 1, 2, 3 minutes, maybe I'll stick with it, but after that, I'm off.
Unless it's a training video, I think 3 minutes is max. Actually, right now, they were only 1 minute on Facebook, and Facebook recently said 3 minute was the best because I think they were getting a lot of junk at 1 minute. Because sometimes it's a little hard to tell anything in a minute. I'll go on a training video, but I'm like you, Nancy, I think 3 minutes is enough. And because usually you're leading them, what are you trying to do with the video? You're trying to show them something, but don't you want them to buy a ticket, commit to an appointment, commit to a time, come in for what? So you're trying to get them to do something else. So the video is not the end all. You're trying to move it to another place. I'm trying to educate. For one of my auto repair places, we're doing educational videos because I needed to do something with them. And so we've taught people how to, check their oil, check their tires, check their lights. And they're just short little snippets of videos that, some are 30 seconds and some are 3 minutes. It just depends on what we're doing. And every one of them gets a lot of attention. So, but the intent, again, is knowing what we're trying to teach our clients. What do they need? This was nothing but educational. We're always trying to educate people so they don't get hurt and so they know what they're doing. And that was the intent of this video. Thank you for that. Local search. Used to, back in the day, if you had, if you on your website, let's say you put 401 North Elm Street, ST period, and then on something else you put 401 North Elm, STREET, Google couldn't figure that out. Well, somebody got smart enough and said, Google's smart and the algorithm can be smart enough. We can figure this out. So that's not as important anymore. So people used to try to sell local search for that reason. Local search is really get your information out where Google is searching for information. And again, remember, Google's important. So it's these little directories and things that you and I don't even care about. And some of it is actually like OnStar, I think that's what it's called, where you can talk to your car and say, hello, I want to go to the Northeast Chamber, and it gives you the directions. So some of this is even is put out in those directions. So because we have a lot of mobile users. I had a optometry group that they had been in business a year. They could not be found. Nobody could find them. They weren't on Google. I mean, it was just, and we did a local search submission to these directories. And within a month and a half, their phone was ringing from people that found them on Google. Now, they are it was just like, I was even astounded, but it's the information just was not there. So when we submitted it, Google just went, yeah, baby. And I know there's people that sometimes have the wrong information out there. So if you've moved your businesses a few times or a couple times or one time, guess what? Google still got that information out there. And so you're sending people to the wrong place. So that's when you need to clean everything up. It's not necessarily for the different way you spell a street name, but it's to make sure people know. I was invited in to work with a client, and he has businesses all over the city, and it was like, and everything was popping up different. And he said, well, I don't need that. That's my warehouse. So everything was such a mess because he had just let Google take control, and Google will take control through Google My Business. So again, if you don't claim Google My Business, Google takes control. Well, they had claimed this area as manufacturing as where people were supposed to come. No, people were supposed to come clear on the other side of town to his retail space. But Google didn't know that, and he had not submitted information. If you're not asking, we're going to talk about reputation management really quick. If you're not asking for reviews, ask for them, please. There's all different kinds of ways you can ask for them. It sometimes will take people a while to maybe give you a review, but please ask for reviews. Again, Google likes them. If Facebook's fine, but it's the Google reviews that really drive your website and drive your search. And there are different tools that can be purchased through different apps where the exact reviews can go on your website, because people like to see that it's a real review, that it's not that you're not cutting and pasting. And all of us have done it, and some of us still do it. But if you can, everything is changing so quickly. There's ways to put those on your front page, and reviews just matter. It's amazing. I'm working with a client out of Omaha that had 5-star reviews, and his company, some of his guys said something that was not good, and not illegal, chief, but not good. And his reviews went down to 1.2. I mean, he got so many negative reviews, and we are slowly building those reviews back up. It hurt his business a lot. Although some of it was just some malicious people in town too, because the challenge is with reviews, sometimes Google will accept reviews for somebody that's not even in your area. So he was getting reviews from California, and he's in Omaha, and he's a landscaper. It didn't, Google didn't care. It's amazing what they can care about, not care about. SEO, search engine optimization. And everything that we've talked about really is part of search because words matter. Everything we do makes it possible that we can be found in a free way. So the things I'm talking about aren't things other than boost. Well, submitting is a paid, but these are things that organically happen that search engines get involved in so that you can be found. So your website, changes to the back end and front end of your website. Deb asked about keywords. Words matter on the back end of your website. You know, do your pages have titles? Do you have links? That type of thing. So we can all have a website, but is it a website that is effective? That's what we need to be thinking about, because not all websites are effective websites or effective for what you need for them to be. Everybody's a little bit different and all their businesses are a little bit different. I'm going to I posted a note here. Photos are really important, but please don't just put a photo into Facebook on your website that says 12345.jpg. Title your photos. So your photo should have the name of your business. It should have the name, your location, and maybe what it's about. So Don's Auto Service, Oil Changes, Belton, Missouri. I'm just making something up because photos are searchable. And so you might as well get more bang out of your buck and make them searchable. So make sure that when you put them on your website and put them on your social media, they're searchable. And that's part of SEO. SEO, when you try to come up with what is SEO, you can talk to 200, 300 people that in the industry, and it's all a little bit different, but it is everything that makes you be found. And that's what I'm trying to do, is make it so that we can all be found. And I hope some of these things that I've shared gives you an idea of what you need to be doing so that your business can be found. That's what I got, guys. Got any questions?
You know, Linda, we hear this over and over from you, and we can't hear it enough. It's so important to go out and share and comment, not just like, so that other people are benefiting.
Yes.
So again, I heard it loud and clear, and every time I think about you, because I know that I'm helping benefit that customer member. So again, I'm going to encourage as well, because right now where we're at, we need to help each other any way we possibly can. Is there any questions for Linda? Anybody have a question? This was all very valuable. I love it.
Thank you.
We're going to post. We have a YouTube channel out on our website, and we've been posting all of the webinars and all of the currents that we're doing. So if you need to go back to listen again to any of the videos and webinars that we're doing, you have that access to do so. And as always, you are such a valued member of our chamber. We are so honored to have you. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you. This was lovely.